Hi, I'm Julio.
And I'm the AI that will make this story even more unpredictable.
Here's how it works. I write the first 4 chapters full of mystery, clues, and twists.
And then I step in to write the final chapter.
But here's the challenge. Can you guess the ending the AI will create before it's revealed?
I doubt you can. My endings always have a hidden surprise.
So, join us. Hit the like button if you enjoy the idea and share in the comments how you think this story should end. Will your theory beat the AI's twist? The parking garage reeks of gasoline and rot. I count 3 empty levels before I find Marcus's Lexus. The dome light glows yellow through the windshield. He never leaves the light on. Never. My heels echo against concrete as I approach. The driver's side window is down. Marcus slumps against the steering wheel, head tilted at an angle that makes my stomach drop. I don't touch the door. Blood pools in his lap, dark and thick. His phone lies on the passenger seat, screen cracked but still lit. A text message glows. She knows. My breath catches. I step back. She knows. She knows what? The election data, the modified polls, the donors we buried under shell companies. Pick one. I pull out my phone with shaking hands. No missed calls, no warnings. Just my scheduled reminder. Senator Crowley dinner, 8 p.m. That's in 40 minutes. Marcus was supposed to brief me before the dinner. He had the donor list, the one we couldn't risk digitizing, the one that would destroy Crowley's campaign if it surfaced. And now, he's dead. I scan the garage. Empty cars, flickering fluorescents, security cameras pointed at the stairwell, not here. Someone chose this spot carefully. Marcus's phone buzzes. Another text from the same number. Check the glove box. My pulse hammers. This is a trap. This is obviously a trap. I grab a tissue from my purse and use it to pop the glove compartment. Inside, a flash drive and a handwritten note. They're cleaning house. You're next. M. The handwriting is his. Footsteps echo from the stairwell. Heavy, deliberate. I pocket the flash drive and run. The exit sign glows red at the far end. My heels click, click, click against the concrete. The footsteps behind me speed up. I hit the stairwell door and take the steps 2 at a time. My phone buzzes. Unknown number. I answer, gasping. Miss Hayes? A man's voice, smooth and cold. Walking away from a crime scene is unwise. I freeze on the landing between floors. Who is this? A friend. Keep moving. Exit on street level. Black sedan waiting. Get in. Why would I? Because in 30 seconds, Baltimore PD receives an anonymous tip about Marcus Webb's car, and your fingerprints are on that glove compartment. My throat tightens. The tissue. I used a tissue, didn't I? Tick-tock, Miss Hayes. I burst through the street-level door. Cold October air hits my face. Rain-slicked pavement reflects neon signs. A black sedan idles at the curb, back door open. I hesitate. Get in, or spend the night explaining to detectives why you fled a murder scene. I get in. The door slams shut. The locks engage with a heavy click. The driver doesn't turn around. Dark suit, shaved head. The partition window rises, sealing me in the back. Where are we going? I demand. No answer. The sedan pulls into traffic, heading toward the harbor, away from my car, away from my apartment, away from everything I control. My phone buzzes again. Another text from Marcus's number. Tell them nothing. But Marcus is dead. So who's sending these messages? The sedan stops outside a waterfront warehouse. Industrial zone. No cameras, no witnesses. Perfect place to dump a body. The driver gets out without a word, opens my door. His hand rests on something under his jacket. Inside. The warehouse door is already open. Dim light spills from within. I clutch my purse tighter, feeling the flash drive's weight in my pocket. 3 people wait inside. 2 men flanking a woman in a charcoal suit. She sits on a metal folding chair like it's a throne. I recognize her immediately. Diane Voss, Chief of Staff to Senator Patricia Brennan, Crowley's main opponent in next month's election. Miss Hayes. Diane's smile doesn't reach her eyes. Punctual, even under duress. I respect that. You killed Marcus. Sit. One of the men shoves a chair behind my knees. I sit. Diane leans forward. Marcus Webb killed himself. Guilt does that to people. Bullshit. I saw. What did you see? A man slumped over his steering wheel? No gunshot wound, no knife. Just a man who took too many pills and decided to end it in his car. My mind races. The blood. But was it blood? The lighting was terrible. It could have been shadow. Or... No, I saw blood. Why am I here? I ask. Because you're smart enough to know when you're in over your head. Diane pulls out her phone and swipes. She turns the screen toward me. It's a photo of me, standing next to Marcus's car, my hand on the glove compartment. High-resolution security footage, she says, from a private camera Marcus didn't know about. The police will receive this in approximately 3 hours. Unless I do what you want. See? Smart. She pockets the phone. Marcus was working both sides, Miss Hayes. He fed you information, yes, but he fed us more. And when he tried to get greedy, well, guilt caught up with him. You're lying. Marcus was loyal. To whom? You? Crowley? Diane laughs. Marcus was loyal to his offshore accounts. He sold us your entire donor network 2 weeks ago. Every shell company, every illegal contribution, everything. The room tilts. 2 weeks ago, Marcus told me we were clean. He said the audit found nothing. I don't believe you. Diane nods to one of the men. He hands me a tablet. On the screen, bank transfer records. Marcus's account receiving payments from Brennan's campaign. Dates going back 6 months. 6 months. Half the election cycle. Why show me this? My voice sounds hollow. Because we have a problem. Marcus gave us your network, but he was supposed to give us something else. Something he kept for insurance. Diane's expression hardens. A list. Not just donors. Names of people in positions of power who've been taking your money. Judges, federal prosecutors, police commissioners. He was going to sell it to the highest bidder. The flash drive burns in my pocket. And you think I have it. I think Marcus trusted you more than he should have. I think he gave it to you before he died. And I think you're going to hand it over right now, or I send that photo to every news outlet in Maryland. I meet her eyes. If I give you the list, what's stopping you from sending the photo anyway? Mutually assured destruction. That list implicates people in both parties. Brennan's people, Crowley's people, even some of mine. She leans back. Once that list is in my hands, we all have an incentive to keep quiet. No list, no leverage. Just you going to prison for Marcus's death. He didn't kill himself. Prove it. I can't, not without looking like a paranoid operative trying to save her own skin. My phone buzzes. I glance down. Another text from Marcus's number. Don't trust Voss. She's not working for Brennan. I keep my face neutral. I don't have the list. Diane's jaw tightens. Then you better find it. You have until tomorrow night. Bring it to the Brennan fundraiser at the Marriott waterfront. Give it to me personally. Or the photo goes public and your career ends in handcuffs. She stands. The men move toward the door. One more thing, Diane says. Stop trying to trace those texts. Marcus's phone is at the bottom of the harbor. Whoever's using his number wants you confused. Don't fall for it. They leave me alone in the warehouse. I wait 30 seconds before pulling out the flash drive. My laptop is in the car, but I need to know what's on this. I need to know now. A homeless man's shopping cart sits near the back exit. I dig through until I find a phone charger. Older model, but it has a USB port. I plug the flash drive into my phone using an adapter from my purse. The files load. One folder. Masks. Inside, spreadsheets, photos, audio recordings. I click the first photo. It's Senator Crowley, shaking hands with a man I don't recognize. The date stamp reads 3 months ago. I open the next photo. Same man, different location, same date stamp. Third photo. Marcus and the unknown man. Meeting in what looks like the same parking garage where I found Marcus's body. I open an audio file. Marcus's voice crackles through my phone speaker. Can't keep doing this. Crowley will find out. The unknown man interrupts. Crowley already knows. He's the one who authorized it. My stomach drops. Authorized what? The file cuts off. The next one is corrupted. So is the next. Only fragments remain. Deliberate deletions. Someone scrubbed this drive. Left just enough to raise questions, not enough to provide answers. I hear footsteps outside. Multiple people, voices. Said she'd be here. Check the back. Not Diane's people. Different accents. Rougher. I shove the drive back in my pocket and run for the side exit. It's locked. I slam my shoulder against it. Nothing. The front door bursts open. 3 men in tactical gear, not police. No badges. I grab a rusted pipe from the floor. It's pathetic, but it's something. The lead man raises his hands. We're not here to hurt you. Then why the guns? Protection. You're in danger, Miss Hayes. Real danger. We need to get you somewhere safe. Who are you? Friends of Marcus. He told us if anything happened to him, we should find you. Protect the list. Everyone wants this list. Everyone claims Marcus trusted them. How do I know you're telling the truth? The man steps closer. In the dim light, I finally see his face clearly. It's the man from the photos, the one meeting with Marcus, the one Crowley authorized. My grip tightens on the pipe. You, I whisper. He smiles. Hello, Morgan. We have a lot to discuss. Behind him, his men spread out, blocking every exit. My name is Daniel Cross. The man keeps his hands visible. I work for Senator Crowley. Officially, I'm a policy advisor. Unofficially, you're a fixer. I don't lower the pipe. I prefer strategic consultant. Marcus was one of mine, until he got cold feet. Then you killed him. If I wanted Marcus dead, it would look like an accident. Not a theatrical crime scene designed to scare you. Cross gestures to his men. They lower their weapons slightly. Someone wants you running scared. Someone wants you to make a mistake. Like trusting you? Like trusting Diane Voss. He pulls out his phone and shows me a photo. Diane entering a building I recognize. FBI field office. She met with federal agents yesterday, 2 hours after Marcus died. My chest tightens. She's cooperating. She's offering you up. The entire operation. In exchange for the immunity. Then why the warehouse charade? Why pretend she wants the list? Cross pockets his phone. Because she doesn't know what's actually on the list. None of them do. Marcus kept everyone compartmentalized. He told Voss it was donor records. He told the FBI it was evidence of election fraud. He told Crowley, he pauses, he told Crowley it was insurance. Against what? Against people like me. That's not an answer, but the way Cross says it makes my skin crawl. What's really on the list? I ask. May I? He gestures to my phone. I hesitate. Then I unlock it and show him the corrupted files. He scrolls through, expression darkening. Marcus scrabbed it. Smart. He left breadcrumbs, not evidence. Cross zooms in on one of the photos. This location, you recognize it? It's the parking garage. Different angle than where I found Marcus. The photo shows a black SUV with government plates. Whose vehicle? Federal. But not FBI. Not local PD either. He swipes to another photo. This was taken the same night. Look at the timestamp. 3 days ago. Same garage, same SUV. But now there's another person in frame. A woman in a dark coat, face partially obscured. Cross zooms in on her hand. She's wearing a ring. Distinctive. A ruby surrounded by small diamonds. I've seen that ring before. My mind races back. A fundraiser last month. Senator Brennan wore that ring. She made a point of showing it off, said it was a family heirloom. That's Brennan, I whisper. Meeting with federal agents in a parking garage 3 days before Marcus dies. Coincidence? Nothing in this business is coincidence. Marcus was playing all sides, I say slowly. You, me, Voss, Brennan, the feds. He was building insurance against everyone. And when people realized he had enough to bury them all, Cross spreads his hands. Someone decided to end the threat. By making it look like suicide. Or by making it look like murder, depending on who you want to blame. My head throbs. This is insane. Marcus was paranoid, but he wasn't stupid. Why would he risk? Because he found something bigger. Cross's voice drops. Something that connects Crowley, Brennan, and half a dozen federal agencies. Something that makes our little election fraud look like parking tickets. What? That's what the list contains. Names, but not donors, not corrupt officials. He meets my eyes. Operators. People who've been running candidates on both sides. A pipeline that's been active for at least a decade. The warehouse suddenly feels colder. You're talking about a conspiracy, I say. I'm talking about a system. Marcus stumbled onto it while tracing money for Crowley's campaign. He tried to tell me, but I didn't believe him. I thought he was inventing drama to justify his fee. And now? Now he's dead, and you have the only remaining proof. My phone buzzes. Another text from Marcus's number. Cross is lying. Check his bank accounts. I stare at the message. Cross notices. What? Someone's been sending me texts from Marcus's phone. Warnings. Instructions. Cross's face goes pale. What did it say? I show him. He reads it twice. Then he pulls out his own phone and opens his banking app. He turns the screen toward me. A deposit made yesterday. $200,000. Source. Anonymous offshore account. I didn't accept that, Cross says quietly. I didn't even know it was there until now. Someone's setting you up, or paying me, for a job I didn't agree to. He closes the banking app. Miss Hayes, we're both being framed. The question is, for what? Sirens wail in the distance, getting closer. One of Cross's men speaks into his radio. Multiple units inbound, less than 2 minutes. They found us. I start toward the side exit again. Don't, Cross grabs my arm. That's what they want. They'll have units at every exit. You run, you look guilty. I am guilty of about a dozen federal crimes. Then one more won't matter. He pulls a burner phone from his jacket. I need to make a call. Buy us time. Time for what? To figure out who's really pulling the strings. The sirens are screaming now. Red and blue lights flash through the warehouse windows. Cross dials. It's me. We have a situation. I know. Look, I need you to run interference. Because I'm standing next to Morgan Hayes, and in about 60 seconds, Baltimore PD is going to bust in here and arrest us both. He listens. His expression changes. What do you mean, it's already done? A pause. When? You're sure? Christ. He lowers the phone, looks at me. What? I demand. Senator Crowley just held an emergency press conference 30 minutes ago. He announced he's withdrawing from the election, effective immediately. My stomach drops. Why? He said he's cooperating with federal investigators regarding campaign finance violations. He specifically named you as the person who orchestrated the illegal donations. The warehouse door explodes open. 6 officers, guns drawn. Morgan Hayes, hands where we can see them. I raise my hands. The pipe clatters to the floor. Cross raises his hands too. I'm calling my lawyer. Daniel Cross, you're also under arrest. Conspiracy to commit election fraud, money laundering, and obstruction of justice. They cuff us both. As they lead me out, I see news vans pulling up, cameras, reporters already shouting questions. One reporter stands closer than the others. She's wearing a dark coat, and on her hand, a ruby ring surrounded by small diamonds. Senator Brennan, dressed as press, watching me get arrested. She smiles and mouths 2 words, "Thank you." Then she's gone, melting into the crowd. The officer shoves me into the back of a squad car. Through the window, I watch Cross being put in another vehicle. My phone buzzes one more time before an officer confiscates it. Final text from Marcus's number. The list isn't what you think. Trust no one, especially not yourself. The car pulls away, sirens wailing, carrying me toward a jail cell and questions I can't answer. And somewhere in my pocket, a flash drive that everyone wants but no one understands, including me. The interrogation room smells like stale coffee and desperation. I've been here for 6 hours. No lawyer, no phone call. Just 2 detectives asking the same questions in slightly different ways. Tell us about Marcus Webb. I already told you. He was my research coordinator. Research. Detective Parrish means back. Is that what we're calling it? He compiled voter data, demographics, polling analysis, and offshore bank accounts, shell companies, illegal contributions. Parrish slides a folder across the table. We have Marcus's laptop, his emails, everything. I don't touch the folder. Then you don't need me. We need to know who else is involved. Senator Crowley gave us some names, but we think there's more. Detective Morrison, the younger one, tries a sympathetic smile. Help us, and we can help you. I want my lawyer. Your lawyer is stuck in traffic. D.C. Beltway, you know how it is. Parrish checks his watch. Could be another hour, maybe 2. Meanwhile, the press is having a field day. Political operative arrested. Election scandal. Your face is on every channel. My throat tightens. This is the play. Public humiliation before I can defend myself. Marcus Webb is dead, Morrison says quietly. Whoever killed him is still out there. Maybe they're planning to silence other witnesses. Maybe you're next on the list. He killed himself. Your own medical examiner will confirm it. Actually, Parrish pulls out another file. Preliminary autopsy shows high levels of fentanyl, enough to kill him within minutes. But here's the interesting part. No needle marks, no signs of oral ingestion. The drugs were administered through a transdermal patch, placed on his neck, hidden under his collar. My blood runs cold. Someone drugged him and staged it to look like suicide, or maybe to look like murder, depending on who found the body first. Morrison leans forward. You found him. What did you see? Blood. I thought I saw blood. There was no blood, Miss Hayes. Marcus died of an overdose, but someone wanted you to think it was violent, wanted you scared. Why? That's what we're trying to figure out. Parrish opens the folder in front of me. Crime scene photos. Marcus in his car. No blood. Just a man slumped over, looking like he fell asleep. The glove compartment was open, I say slowly. There was a note, a flash drive. Both detectives exchange glances. There was no note, Morrison says. No flash drive. Just Marcus's registration and insurance papers. That's impossible. I saw what you were meant to see. Someone planted evidence before you arrived, then removed it before we got there. Parrish closes the folder. Someone with access to the crime scene. Someone with resources. Diane Voss. We've already questioned Miss Voss. She has an alibi for the time of Marcus's death. So does Senator Brennan. So does Daniel Cross. Parrish studies me. You're the only one without an alibi. I was at my apartment, working. Alone? Yes. No witnesses, no security footage, no digital trail. Morrison shakes his head. Not good, Miss Hayes. The door opens. A woman in a federal windbreaker enters. FBI. She whispers something to Parrish. His expression changes. We're done here, Parrish stands abruptly. For now. What? Why? Your lawyer's here, and you just got very popular. He gestures to the door. Federal charges are being filed. They're taking over. The FBI agent escorts me to a different room. Smaller. No two-way mirror. Just a table and 2 chairs. My lawyer, Richard Chen, is already inside. He stands when I enter. Don't say a word, he warns. The agent closes the door, leaves us alone. What's happening? I ask. Crowley flipped. He's giving the FBI everything. Names, transactions, dates. In exchange, they're offering him probation and a fine. Richard's jaw clenches. He's claiming you were the architect, that you recruited Marcus, orchestrated the donations, and when Marcus threatened to expose you, you had him killed. That's insane. It's also well documented. They have emails with your signature, financial records linking you to offshore accounts, even testimony from witnesses who claim you met with Marcus the day he died. I didn't meet with him, not until I found him dead. Prove it. I can't, because whoever's framing me has been thorough. The flash drive, I say. There's a flash drive. It has proof that Marcus was investigating something bigger, something that connects multiple campaigns. Do you have it? I hesitate. The flash drive is still in my pocket. They didn't search me thoroughly when they arrested me. Sloppy or intentional? No, I lie. Richard sighs. Then we have a problem. Without evidence, this is your word against Crowley's, and Crowley is cooperating. What about Cross? He was there. He saw. Daniel Cross is also cooperating. He's claiming you blackmailed him into helping you, threatened to expose his connection to Marcus unless he provided cover. Everyone's turning on everyone. A coordinated demolition. This was planned, I say. Someone orchestrated this entire thing. Marcus's death, Crowley's withdrawal, the arrests, all of it. Who? That's the question. But I'm starting to see the shape of it, the way pieces connect. Brennan, I say. She eliminates her opponent, pins the scandal on his staff, and walks into the Senate seat unopposed. Clean victory. Except the FBI is investigating her too. They raided her campaign office an hour ago. I freeze. What? Whatever's happening, it's bigger than one Senate race. They're taking down both campaigns. Crowley's people, Brennan's people, everyone connected. But not Brennan herself. Not yet. Richard checks his phone. There's something else. The medical examiner released a preliminary statement. Marcus Webb's time of death was between 4 and 6 p.m. yesterday. I found him at 7:30. I know. But here's the thing. Your car's GPS shows you were in that parking garage at 5:15 p.m., an hour and 15 minutes before you called it in. That's impossible. I was at my apartment until... I stop. My apartment, where I have no alibi, no witnesses. Someone accessed my car's GPS, planted false data. They're framing me for murder, I whisper. The evidence certainly suggests it. Before I can respond, the door bursts open. Not the FBI agent, someone else. A man in a gray suit, no badge visible. Richard Chen, leave. I'm her attorney. Not anymore. This just became a matter of national security. The man turns to me. Miss Hayes, I'm Agent Keller, Department of Homeland Security. You're being transferred to federal custody. On what grounds? Terrorism, conspiracy to undermine election integrity, and accessory to murder of a federal informant. My vision blurs. Marcus was a federal informant for 3 months. He was building a case against a coordinated effort to manipulate multiple elections across the eastern seaboard. And someone found out. Keller pulls out handcuffs. We believe that someone is you, No, no, Marcus was working with me, not against me. Then explain this. He shows me a video on his phone. Security footage from inside Marcus's apartment. Date stamp, 1 week ago. In the video, I'm standing in Marcus's kitchen, talking with him. Talking. Arguing. I shove a piece of paper at him. He reads it, shakes his head. I grab a bottle from the counter, pour something into his coffee mug. I've never been to Marcus's apartment, I say. Facial recognition says otherwise. Forensics confirms your fingerprints on that bottle, which, incidentally, contained liquid fentanyl. The room spins. This is it, the final piece. They're not just framing me for conspiracy, they're framing me for premeditated murder. That's not me, I insist. It looks like me, but... We also found this in Marcus's safe deposit box. Keller pulls out a clear evidence bag. Inside, a handwritten letter. My handwriting, or something close to it. The letter reads, "If anything happens to me, Morgan Hayes is responsible. She threatened me when I refused to continue our operation. She has the complete list of names. Do not let her destroy it. Marcus Webb." I didn't write that. Marcus's signature is authenticated. The paper has his fingerprints, and yours. Keller pockets the phone. "Miss Hayes, you're being charged with first-degree murder, terrorism, and conspiracy to commit election fraud. You'll be transferred to a federal facility tonight. If you cooperate and tell us where the list is, we might be able to negotiate." I don't have a list. There is no list. This is all. My phone buzzes in the evidence bag on the table. Everyone looks at it. The screen lights up. Another text from Marcus's number. Look at Keller's left wrist. Keller moves to pocket the phone, but I'm faster. I grab the evidence bag and look at the message. Then at Keller. His left wrist. He's wearing a watch. Expensive. Custom. And on the inside of the band, barely visible, an engraving. From the angle I'm at, I can just make it out. Project Compass. I look up at Keller. His expression changes. No more professional detachment, just cold calculation. "You read that too fast," he says quietly. "What's Project Compass?" He doesn't answer. Instead, he pulls out a gun. Richard stumbles backward. "What are you?" The shot is deafening in the small room. Richard crumples. Keller turns the gun on me. "The list, now." My ears ring. Richard gasps on the floor, clutching his stomach. Blood spreads across his shirt. "He needs a hospital," I choke out. "He needs nothing. You have 5 seconds. Where is the list?" I pull the flash drive from my pocket. "Here, take it." He snatches it, plugs it into his phone. His eyes scan the files. Then he laughs, once, sharp and bitter. "This isn't the list. This is Marcus's insurance. His breadcrumbs." He aims the gun at my head. "Where's the real one?" "I don't know. I swear I don't." The door explodes inward. Gunfire, shouting. Keller dives behind the table, returns fire. I drop to the floor next to Richard. His eyes are unfocused. "Run," he whispers. I don't think. I crawl toward the door through the chaos. More agents flood in. Not FBI, not local police. I don't recognize their insignia. Someone grabs my arm, yanks me into the hallway. It's Cross. "Come on." We run through the corridor. Alarms blare. More gunfire behind us. Cross kicks open an emergency exit. We stumble into a stairwell. He pulls me down 3 flights. Who were they? I gasp. The people Marcus was really investigating. Cross doesn't slow down. The ones running the whole operation. What operation? We burst out into an underground parking garage. Cross's car idles nearby, engine running. Someone's in the driver's seat. It's Diane Voss. "Get in," she snaps. I hesitate. "You're working together?" "We're working to stay alive." Cross shoves me into the back seat. "Drive." The car peels out. Behind us, more vehicles give chase. Diane weaves through traffic. Did you see Keller's watch? Project Compass. What is it? It's not a what. She takes a hard turn. It's a who. A group embedded in federal agencies. They've been manipulating elections, court appointments, and policy decisions for over a decade. Marcus found their network. And they killed him for it. Then why frame me? Because you're the perfect scapegoat, a lobbyist already playing dirty, easy to paint as the villain. Cross pulls out a laptop. But Marcus was smarter than they thought. He didn't keep one list. He kept pieces, scattered across multiple locations. Why? Insurance. If they took him out, the pieces would still exist, impossible to find without knowing where to look. He opens a file, and there's only one person who knows all the locations. I stare at him. Who? You. I don't. Marcus encoded it, using your email conversations, your calendar, your movement patterns. He turned your entire life into a cipher. The list isn't something you have, it's something you are. The car swerves. Gunfire shatters the rear window. Diane curses and floors it. "We need to get her somewhere safe," Cross shouts. "Decode the pattern before they—" A black SUV slams into us from the side. We spin. Metal screams. The world tumbles. Then everything goes dark.
I wake to the sound of shattering glass and the acrid scent of smoke. My head pounds and my vision blurs. I blink, trying to piece together what happened. The car lies on its side. Crumpled metal and shattered windows surround me. "Diane!" I call out, my voice cracking. Panic surges as I twist in my seat. She's slumped against the steering wheel, blood pooling beneath her. "Diane!" I shout again, but it's no use. My heart races. The SUV that hit us was gone, leaving behind only chaos and confusion. I push against the door, but it's wedged tight. I twist and kick, desperation fueling my movements. Finally, I manage to pry it open and tumble out onto the asphalt. The world feels surreal. I stagger up, the cold air biting at my skin. The street is eerily quiet, debris scattered everywhere. I glance around, searching for any sign of Cross, any sign of life. "Cross!" I shout, but the echo of my voice is swallowed by the stillness. A distant siren wails, growing louder. I need to move. I dart toward the nearest building, a nondescript warehouse mirroring the scene from Marcus's last moments. No one's watching. I slip inside, heart pounding in my chest. The interior is dark, with flickering lights overhead. I lean against the wall to catch my breath. My phone buzzes in my pocket, and I pull it out, heart racing. A text from Marcus's number flashes on the screen. "Find the list, Morgan. It's your only chance." Great, I mutter, frustration boiling over. I don't have the list. I don't even know what it is. I glance around the warehouse. Shadows dance along the walls. I step deeper into the building, scanning for anything useful. My foot catches on something. I bend down and pick up a metal box, rusted but intact. It's locked, but a quick glance around reveals a crowbar resting nearby. I pry it open, heart racing. Inside, I find old documents, but nothing that looks like the list. Just names and dates, the remnants of long-forgotten deals. I sift through, searching for clues. A familiar name catches my eye. Voss. The realization hits me like a punch. She was in on this. She knew Marcus was dead, and she used me as a pawn. I stumble backward, almost tripping over my own feet. The walls feel like they're closing in. Suddenly, a noise pulls me from my thoughts. Footsteps. I hide behind a stack of crates, holding my breath. Shadows flit across the space. I can't see them, but I can hear voices. "She's in here somewhere." A deep voice, cold and commanding. "Let's split up. She can't have gotten far." I hold my breath, pulse racing. They're looking for me. I need to think fast. I scan the area for an exit, any way out. A side door catches my eye. I inch toward it, careful to stay silent. Just as I reach for the handle, a voice calls out behind me. "Going somewhere?" I spin around, heart in my throat. It's Cross, but he looks different. His hands are raised, but there's something off about him. "You're alive," I breathe, relief flooding through me. "For now," he replies, a shadow crossing his face. "But we don't have time. They're on to us." "Who? The police?" "The people who really run this city. Project Compass. They know you're the P. They'll do anything to silence you." I blink at him, trying to process what he's saying. "But I don't have the list. I don't even know what it is." Cross steps closer, urgency in his voice. "You do. It's coded in your movements, your connections. Marcus hid it in plain sight. We have to get it before they do." "Why should I trust you?" "Because I'm the only one who can help you. Diane was just a means to an end. You were always the target." I hesitate, the weight of his words sinking in. My phone buzzes again. Another text. I pull it out, hand shaking. "Trust Cross. He's your only way out." I look up at him, uncertainty still swirling in my mind. "What do we do?" "We need to find a safe place, somewhere we can figure this out. Come on." He leads the way through the warehouse and I follow, adrenaline coursing through my veins. We slip through the side door and into an alley, the city's lights flickering against the night sky. "Where do we go?" I ask, panic creeping in. "There's a safe house nearby. We can regroup and figure out the next steps." Before I can respond, the sound of sirens pierces the air, getting closer. "They're coming." Cross pulls me down a narrow side street, and I stumble after him, my breath coming in quick gasps. We reach a small, unmarked building with a heavy door. He knocks rapidly, and after a moment, it swings open. Inside, the air is thick with tension. Several faces turn toward us, eyes wide. "You made it," one of them says, relief flooding his voice. "Barely," Cross replies. "We need to move quickly." They usher us inside, and I catch my breath, scanning the room. Maps and documents litter the table, evidence of frantic planning. "What's happening?" I demand, my heart racing. Cross steps forward, addressing the group. "We're dealing with a conspiracy that runs deeper than any of us imagined. They're trying to cover their tracks, and we're the last pieces of the puzzle." I feel the weight of their gazes on me. What do I have to do with this? "Everything," Cross says. "You're the one who can decode Marcus's notes. We need you to remember everything he told you, every conversation." I nod slowly, feeling the pressure mount. "Okay, I can try." Cross pulls out a laptop, and I lean over the keyboard, my fingers flying as I sift through the files. "There's a pattern here. Marcus was meticulous. If I can just connect the dots." As I type, memories flood back, conversations with Marcus, snippets of information, all leading to something bigger. I feel the adrenaline surge as I uncover connections. "There," I exclaim, pointing at the screen. "Marcus mentioned a meeting at the old docks. It's where they finalize the deals. If we can get there before they do." Cross nods, determination etched on his face. "Then we'll expose what's really happening." But just as we gather our things, the door bursts open. "Get down!" someone shouts. Gunfire erupts and chaos ensues. I duck behind the table, heart racing. Cross is right beside me, his face set in grim determination. "Stay low," he instructs. I nod, adrenaline surging through my veins as the gunfire continues. I can feel the tension in the air, the urgency of the moment pressing down on us. Suddenly, the firing stops. I glance up, confusion swirling in my mind. "Stay here," Cross whispers, then takes off toward the door. I watch as he disappears into the fray, my heart pounding. The weight of the situation settles over me. I have to act. I can't just hide. I edge toward the back of the room, searching for a way out. My mind races. I need to find that list. It's the only way to clear my name and expose the truth. As I slip through the back door, I hear shouting behind me. I race down the alley, adrenaline propelling me forward. I can't stop now. I need to find the docks, find evidence, find a way to end this nightmare. I sprint through the streets, the city alive around me, but I feel like I'm in a haze. The docks are just a few blocks away. I can do this. I have to do this. Finally, I reach the old docks. The water laps at the shore, the moonlight casting an eerie glow. I scan the area, searching for any sign of Marcus's notes. Then I see it. A small crate, half hidden behind some crates. My heart races as I rush over, fumbling to open it. Inside are stacks of papers, documents, and a flash drive. I pull it out, breathless. This has to be it. This has to be the list. Suddenly, footsteps echo behind me. I spin around, my heart stopping. Looking for something? It's Diane, bloodied but alive. She stands with a smirk, flanked by two men. "Why are you here?" I demand, gripping the flash drive tightly. "Because you're in way over your head, Morgan," she replies, her voice dripping with malice. "And I can help you. But first, you need to hand over that drive." "Why would I trust you?" "Because I can make it all go away. You can't expose what you don't understand." My mind races. Is this a trap, or is she genuine? "No," I say, clenching the drive. "I'm not giving you anything." Diane's expression darkens. "You'll regret this." Just then, Cross bursts onto the scene, his presence filling the space. "Get away from her!" "Cross," Diane sneers, "you're too late. She's already in too deep." I look between them, realizing I have a choice to make. "Stay back," I shout, brandishing the flash drive. "I'll expose everything. I'll make sure everyone knows the truth." Diane laughs, a chilling sound. "You think you can play the hero? You have no idea what you're dealing with." My grip tightens on the drive. I know exactly what I'm dealing with. You're the one who's in over your head. Cross steps closer, ready to back me up. "Let's end this, Diane. You're outnumbered." Diane glances at her men, then back at us, uncertainty flickering in her eyes. "You think this is over?" she hisses. "I have connections you can't even imagine." "But you don't have the list," I say, my confidence building. And that's what matters. In that moment, I realize the power I hold. The truth is on my side. Diane's expression shifts, and she takes a step back. "You think you can just walk away?" "Watch me," I reply, determination coursing through me. And with that, I turn and run, racing toward the water's edge, ready to expose the truth, ready to fight for justice. Behind me, I hear Cross calling out, but I'm already focused on what lies ahead. The night is alive with possibilities, and I won't let fear dictate my future. The dock stretches out before me, and I know I have the power to change everything. This isn't just about survival anymore. It's about uncovering the truth, about justice for Marcus, and about reclaiming my life. I won't back down. Not now, not ever.